Eileo guys, and welcome back to another account review. In today's video I have Emiil's account, so without further ado boys, you know what time it is. Alright Emiil, so I've checked out your account already, and for the most part your gems are fine. There are just a couple things that we need to talk about, dude. We need to talk about. You're level 55, so you're definitely not a newbie, so I don't give you any excuse as to why your gems are like this. I hope it was just for a good reason, but let's go over here. So you have your succubus over here, and it looks like she has amazing crit rate, especially for something that's on a ruined set. All fine and dandy, and then I took a look at her stats, and her HP extremely low, attack is fine, but I'm like, where's all that excess crit rate coming from? And what do you know? We have a crit rate gem right there, which is max, completely fine. And then we have another crit rate gem. Boys, what's going on here? Like, Emiil, I'm not hating on you, but level 55, it kind of had me worried. Like, what's going on here if your mons are on like double crit rate gems? Because not only are they on double crit rate and missing out on a lot of other stats that are important, like either HP and damage, but you're sacrificing so much once again and just using crit rate gems to fill in empty slots. Now, I believe your water sewer was in the same boat right here, where he has like double crit rate. Like, he has a crit rate gem right there, which once again irks me, boys. It freaking irks me that you guys get like crit rate gems and you don't max them. I'm not saying you need a plus 15 every single gem that you have, but if you're going to use a crit rate gem, there is literally no reason, unless you are broke, that gem isn't plus 15. Even if it's a 5 or 6 star gem, it should be plus 15. Why? Because crit rate has a cap of 100. I mean, obviously it goes up over to 150 because of a new update, but for you to genuinely crit on something, you need 100% for it to be reliable. And not having it maxed just means you have a lower percentage of the crit rate gem just pretty much not existing because you're not critting. I don't get it. It's just one of those things that your boy is just like, but why? But in this case, I can understand if you had Sura on double crit rate, just for the simple fact that maybe you wanted to build a CC'er for Tower of Chaos or something like that, but you never want to use him anywhere else. Like, that was the only place you wanted to use him, and you didn't want to invest in any gems, and you just wanted him to be there to get the job done. Perfectly understand that. But for other mods, especially like Fire Succubus, that is not the play of the game, my boy. That is not the play of the game. So I figured I would bring that up. But let's go over here to Golems real quick, and hopefully we can get some teams for you. Alright, so I'm curious to see if this was your, maybe this was your, the later Golem Dungeons team or something like that, or maybe this is your B10 team. Seems perfectly fine, obviously, besides Light Tina, because they're just going to kill Light Tina, but you have Dark Mona and Dark Tina as a wave clear. Perfectly fine with that, and really just throw in a Draka if you have one. He's at Evo 2, not a big deal. But yeah, you shouldn't have any problems, especially with B10, of just taking that one mon out because Light Tina is just going to die. But let's see if there's anything else over here. Doesn't seem to be so. It looks like you've already started enhancing mons as well, which once again, nothing wrong with that. We're just looking for another freaking Dark Nuker, so you can even throw in something like that and just have them way clear B10. No issues with that. Let's take a look at the B7, B8, and B9 squad. Even though they're outdated, I know, boys, everyone wants to freaking Golem's B15 team. That's going to take time, and at this moment in time, if it's not super efficient, I don't really feel like recommending it to people, because if my clear time in the later dungeons isn't anywhere close to my clear time in B10, then I might just not do it, just out of the whole time factor. Because if it takes me double the time what it takes me to run B10, and obviously it only costs 2 more energy, I'm missing out on an extra run from B10 of getting another trash gem to sell. So that could just be a freaking money loss. But let's go over here and see if there's anything else. Honestly, no. Honestly, I was over here running my mouth. Yeah, you can just use that for B7. You can just use that for B8. Take out Banshee, and you can either bring in your Finra, aka your Wild Fang, or Valk, Draka. Anyone else? No Leo? I wish you had a Leo. And yeah, that's pretty much your B9 team. B8, you already know the deal with that. You can bring in Valk. Tina's can stay. Just switch out this one. B8, there you go. Once again. B9, congratulations. And then, where was she at? B7, congratulations. In terms of golems. And of course, I think earlier was your B10 team, so not much issue there other than your light Tina. Same thing goes for dragons. I know this is kind of short and maybe not what you desired, but all the mons are pretty much there set in stone. There's nothing I can really advise you on in terms of the later golems right now, because there's either nukers that do a good job in there or essentially sappers. And at this point in time, because of such high and just disgusting resist in B15, B15 in my opinion is not the play of the game, boys. B15 right now is just disgusting. I can't imagine anyone having anywhere near close to like a minute clear timing there because of the mon stats just being so tanky, and not to mention their resist is just disgusting, absolutely disgusting. But currently I do have my eye on B11 in terms of what I would like to do in the future, just because we have 5 to 6 star gems, and maybe B15 raises that chance up. But even going from B10 to B11, we can go ahead and drop one of the freaking gems. Like, no more 4-star gems at all. We can just do 5 and 6. So that's going to be the play of the game for me. And what is B11? B11 is light, so you could run dark nukers in there and see how well they do for you. Like I said, I've just gotten to maybe B15 just to get there. I haven't really experimented with teams, but stay tuned for videos for that in the future, boys. So I'm sorry I can't give much advice here, but let's see what else that you asked for. I do believe that you had asked for PvP. Yep, you said PvP, so let's go over here to your PvP team and see what you're working with, my boy. I'm no PvP expert now. Don't get it twisted. I am 100% no PvP expert. But let's see, you're running Dark Miho, Light Nike, Purse, and then Light Sparkit. I don't think Mike Spark is that. I don't think he's play of the game. I don't think he's play of the game at all. But let's see what else we can do for you. Alright, so here's one team I came up with. I know it's not like expertise because once again, I'm nothing but a filthy casual. But I brought in your Valk because of number 1, she's Evo 3, and number 2, she provides a lot of CC, which is very, very important in PvP, regardless of what composition that you're running, unless it's just full on nukers. But we have Dark Tina there to hopefully nuke. We have Verde there to hopefully steal some SP away from the boys, because I think SP Siphon is especially important for once you get up higher, because some of those mons, you don't want them to get their skill off. You want them to just stay doing their 3-star skill so they don't get their freaking 5-star skill off and make you want to cuss. And then I have Light Nike there just to try and balance things out and not only provide you with some damage, but also being able to withstand damage. I'm by no means saying that I'm an expert at it, but I feel like it might be better than your current lineup with the Dark Miho, which once again, if you like Dark Miho, keep her in there. But this is just one idea. I'm going to quickly just glance over the box. So any PvP boys out there, if you have any better recommendations, feel free to leave a comment below. I mean, I don't take offense to it because once again, your boy is nothing but a filthy casual. But this would be a closer lineup to what I would run. Just having a mon that can do CC, in my opinion, or having 2 mons that can do CC is far more important than having essentially just nukers that may end up dying in a turn. But let's do a small scroll through so any of the vets out there can hopefully pick out something that I missed for his offense team. I would even say that you could run your Dark Kraken or your Dark Sea Star if she was super evolved, because honestly she isn't that bad at all. You could probably drop Nike for her as well, because she does benefit from that dark damage increase. But that was pretty much what I picked out. I mean, Snow White is a good nuker as well, but you do have Tina, so I would just bring Tina instead. And Light Sura could actually make for an interesting team as well, so that's something to keep in mind as a healer of sorts, if you wanted to maybe bring in Dark Kraken and then bring in Light Sura. That way you can have heals as well, so that's something that you can keep in mind as well. But that's pretty much what I would pick out for your offensive team, but I'm sure others have other critiques that they would like to add into there, which is perfectly fine. Let's go over here to your defense though. So your defense is Miho, Nike, Purse, Verde, and then Water Nightmare. Water Nightmare just makes me want to curse. Just makes me want to curse. I normally do see Purse grouped up with another Watermon, aka Shiva. In my opinion, I think your defensive team would benefit more from someone hopefully with Fearless Taunt in there. Like even if you have someone like Fire Nike, which I don't think I'm seeing at the moment. Nope, no Fire Nike. I think Wet Nightmare, honestly though, is a solid choice for your defense team. I'm not sure if she should be hidden or not, but I definitely do recommend keeping her on your team because she can be very, very helpful. But it looks like there's not, honestly, much to choose from, which is kind of a bummer here. But no, not all accounts are created equal, of course. What is that, Chloe? Oh, she's the one with the Pepega move. Nope, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. Yeah, I mean, you're really just working with what you have here, unfortunately. So, I mean, I think your defense team could use some slight tweaking, but probably not by much. Like, keep Nike up there, keep Miho, maybe throw in Verde to do the SP siphoning, which you already have, and then Nightmare. But there's honestly nothing else I can pick out for you at the moment, which is just bad news bears. But sometimes that's the way it goes. I'm sorry I'm not very helpful. I'm counting on one of you guys checking out this video to hopefully give me better insight, but it's slim pickings, my dog. It is slim pickings over here. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, there's really not much. I mean, you could also use Dark Kraken as part of your defense team once you get super evolved, but other than that, yeah, there's really not much for me to work here with. I would love that if you had someone more with shock that wasn't what you have right here, because Light Sparkit is okay, but he's only okay and it's only a one-turn shock. Even a mon like Light Thor would have been a better defense mon, even though people will tell you that Light Thor no longer is the meta, which he isn't, but he's still a decent defense mon. So for my recommendations to you, majority of your mons are fine. I would just say that you need to go through and you need to fix that crit rate problem more than anything, because that's really just destroying your damage of mons. Like, you're losing out on a lot of damage, a lot of survivability, and a lot of utility by sacrificing an entire gem slot for extra crit rate, which if you can't get the crit rate from one crit rate gem, put them on intuition. Put them on an intuition set, run them with a crit lead if needed, but you should have, at level 55, you should have a couple mons already on an intuition set with darn near max crit, so I don't see why that is an issue. Maybe it comes down to farming, but you have the teams to farm the lower level golems for now. And I mean, honestly, at this point, I would just recommend you, number one, make sure you're sliming when you can and saving up gems for Heroes Festival. And also, make sure you're running lots of golems, because you can accumulate a lot of eggs that way. And if we go over here to the summon tab, which I don't want to see this freaking rebirth, but if we go over here to the summon tab, you can acquire a lot of high eggs from this, which of course you can then release to power up your Nat 5s or any mon that you have at level 60, Evo 3, because of the new update. Or what I'm heading towards is opening these eggs, saving some, opening them up, releasing the Nat 3s, and of course keeping the Nat 4s for rebirths, because I think your main problem isn't so much Nat 5s, is that you literally have, I feel like, hardly any of the good Nat 4s that are nice to have. Even, like I said, Light Thor, he works for now. He works for now. There's a couple others that I can't think of right off the top of my head, but there's plenty of Nat 4s that rotate in and out that are decent for your defense team. It's nice that you picked up the nukers though, so I will give you kudos to that. But other than that, it's really just pulling more mons, hopefully getting lucky. If not, throwing some Nat 4s in a blender and just slowly, hopefully building up a better PvP team and just better teams overall. But I mean, other than that, I don't really see a big problem with your account. I would just once again take into account of getting more gems, so hopefully you can get more mons, and make sure you farm golems out and get those gems, which I think is hurting you the most, up to par. And I'm sorry if this hasn't been very, very helpful, but I mean, you already have everything set in stone. Like, your golem teams are fine. Obviously, I'm not recommending anything for B11 at the moment, but your golem teams are fine, and it's just a matter of tweaking the gems that you have, hopefully working with the mons that you have, and then just investing in more, really. At this point, yeah. At this point, I think investment would probably benefit you a lot more than others, which is good news because with the Nat 4s rotating around, of course, there's plenty of chances for you to pick up some other mons, especially like, what is it, Dark Sparket as well? You could use him on your defense team. So you have choices. We just have to wait until they come around. Hopefully someone in the comments can help you a lot better than I can in this situation, but I did try my best. But that's pretty much it for this account review, Emiil. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. You know I got you. If you guys want an account review done, once again, if you're iOS, you just have to message me on Discord, DM me, or join the Discord and just ask for me or something like that, and I'll hit you up. DM me a box of your mon box and what you want done with it, or if you're Android / Facebook, we can always do a video like this. But once again, thank you guys so much for your time, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.